Hello, I'm Lightworker, and this is a video for targeted individuals and chosen ones, Starseeds, Lightworkers, Earth Angels. Um, I wanted to talk to you today about the how I raise my frequency. Now I've gotten in detail about how I cut things out of my life that didn't serve my highest purpose. I got into a little bit of detail about the shadow work involved that I did, and I got I got a little bit into meditation, and I also got into a bit of explaining surrounding um, creativity, and moving forward with creative, ambitious intent. And I realized that a lot of chosen ones probably won't know that they're chosen ones, especially if they're still being targeted. I have no fear. It's just low frequency entities trying to take what they don't have any right to try and take, which is your energy. Yeah. And in my case, it was the gang stalking was done with the intention to have me framed. That didn't work because I was way too spiritually protected. And the causal realms, like the spiritual realm, flows into this realm. This is not a causal realm. Yeah. No, I think the causal realms are the spiritual realm and the mental realm and the ethereal realm and things like that. And I know that the best way forward, in my opinion, for all of the chosen ones, starseeds, light workers, earth angels, and beings of light that are being targeted is to raise their frequency. And that means preparing yourself to spiritually ascend. So cutting out all of the things that don't serve your highest purpose, all the habits, people, places, and things, even if they're family, even if it's daily habits you've done for years. Then doing a lot of meditation and seeing where that takes you. Guided meditation is great. Insight Timer is a great app to do that guided meditation through. And then eventually, I would hope that you would attempt to meditate for as long as possible in silence. And in silence and in darkness. I won't get into the reasons why. That's just where I find I get the best, what I like to call downloads. And where I reach my highest states of deep meditation, where I can access the Akashic records. Also, the shadow work is very important. Yeah. Shadow work is very important because it helps you deal with everything that you cannot consciously completely face and accept and release from your energy and your subconscious. Yeah. Now, in doing these things, I found that I became quite strong within myself. I already knew that I was spiritually protected when I started embarking on these things. I already started manifesting. I did a big manifestation list when I was in Melbourne and I was homeless. And I was in a park when I wrote it, and it took me like 3 hours to write because it was a comprehensive manifestation list. And in this video, I wanted to start to explain manifestation, okay, because it's important. Manifestation is very important, and I believe that it's one of the biggest catalysts that assisted me in ascending and fulfilling my my areas in my life, fulfilling the areas in my life that didn't work at that point, and help me get to this point where I am now. So I spiritually woke up. Once again, I was in a park. I was homeless for a long time. There's 2 periods in my life where I was homeless. One as a teenager, and then another period of time when I was homeless as an adult. And the adult period of time wasn't for as long as when I was a teenager, but it was a lot more intense. I was being gang stalked. I had addiction issues. I had a sense of loneliness. I was missing an ex. There was really a karmic individual that I trauma bonded with, and she was not helpful to my experience here on this earth realm, but she was necessary in terms of my evolution to this point. And so I'll get into the manifestation stuff. So manifesting, okay, it's not relying on something else outside of you to create something. It's not doing something in terms of a list and then waiting on the universe to do the rest. It's nothing to do. This doesn't work like that. Okay, so the first thing, in order for you to manifest, you can manifest even when you're being gang stalked. You can do a manifestation even when you're being gang stalked, even when you're in drug addiction, when you're homeless. At any point you can do a manifestation list, because a manifestation list is paramount to your manifestation, in my opinion. Now, so I was homeless, I was drug addict, I was being gang stalked I've been gang stalked for about 8 years at this time. And I was homeless in a park, and I wrote this manifestation list. And I'll tell you straight up, my spiritual guide that assisted me through YouTube, his name is Chosen 144. Okay, anyone who wants some serious spiritual guidance, then get out of your own way if you've got any problems with tarot card reads, because tarot's not bad. It's a tool. It's a spiritual tool. So the good and the bad can utilize that tool. But Chosen 144 was really, really paramount in assisting me in my spiritual ascension, and extremely helpful in my life to change my framework surrounding my mental thought process. And through his guidance, I eventually stopped being in victim role, which enabled me to put in the work and become untouchable. Well, I was already untouchable because of the spiritual protection I have from the spiritual realm and my spirit team and the universe and the Galactic Federation. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is that if you're a bit lost, that's why I made this channel. If you're a bit lost, that's okay. There's way showers. There's a few way showers out there that's shining light on these dark, areas of the world, and showing a way back to the light. And I truly respect Chosen 144, and I aspire to help people the way he helped me. Yeah. And so we get into the manifestation stuff. Okay, so manifestation is done like this. For me, it was done like this. I wrote an extensive, comprehensive list. Now, this list involved everything that I wanted to achieve, everything I wanted to have, everything I wanted to see that was better in the world. Okay, and I mean there were spiritual gifts that I wanted, and I achieved a few of them so far. Not everything I've achieved in this list has been completed, but a lot of the stuff has happened pretty rapidly because I can manifest at will almost due to the fact that I know how manifestation works, and I have the framework mentally, and have freed myself of the core beliefs and the beliefs that were misleading me, into being stuck in the matrix system. Now, when you manifest, everything you put on your list of manifestations needs to be honestly what your heart resonates with, that you want, that you need, and that you aspire to once have. Internally, you already have everything. You just don't know it yet. So this is about the world around you, okay? And the realizations that you come to about the things you already have. Okay? So when you say, I want spiritual powers, you realize that you probably already have those things. They're just underdeveloped. But that will happen down the track. This is about manifestation, especially for targeted individuals that are currently being gang stalked, okay? So you write a manifestation list. Now, everything you write on that list can't just be a list of, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, okay? There needs to be a why. And your why needs to be, for the betterment of the collective of humanity, okay? It needs to be good of nature, and it needs to be not self-seeking. So, in order to manifest something, you need what it is written down. You need why you want it written down, and in you writing it down, it needs to be for the benefit of everyone. It can't just be for the benefit of yourself, because that's not how manifestation works. Sorry, it doesn't work. If it's self-seeking, the universe goes, nah. If it's evil, demonic, the universe goes, nah, unless the manifestation comes from an entity that's draining the energy of someone who can manifest at a great scale. So if an energy vampire is an energy vampire that does spell work and manifestation manipulation techniques, is draining an empath while they're doing the manifestation, that evil shit can still come to be a reality, but it's very complicated. But to dumb it down for you, have no fear if you're being drained by energy vampires. Karma always fucks them up. Okay? Karma always fucks them up. But in order to fuck them up quicker, you need to call judgment on that shit and not be like, hey, you did this, you did that. Call judgment on that shit and fuck them off. Out of your life. Bye-bye. See you later, bud. You know what I mean? And the important thing to know is that you're a targeted individual because you have immense energy. You have the capability to ascend spiritually. You have the capability to reach high frequency, which enables you to strengthen and realize the spiritual and psychic gifts you already have. Yeah? And also be close to the source, the universe, the collective consciousness, yeah? Whatever the fuck you subscribe to. Now, the important thing is not necessarily what you want. Obviously, you can't be like, I want to kill this motherfucker. That's not going to work. Okay, that's, you know what I mean? Maybe you can be like, I want karma to, you know, you can't even write that. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, you can't even write that, because the universe and spirit is how karma works. You leave that shit to the universe and spirit. Okay, when you write the list of things you want, you need to think from a high frequency. Okay, so you need to think from a place of love, compassion, knowledge, authenticity. Yeah. You can't be sitting there and hate and fear and be like, I want this gang stalking to stop, man. Because that's a manifestation that universal readers, the energy profile in that manifestation will be read as fear. And you'll be fed more fear from the universe. So, yeah, so that's how the list in terms of what you want and need, you must, when you're writing it, it must resonate emotionally on a high frequency. Yeah? And then the why you want it or need it must be for the betterment of all humanity and harm to none. Okay? And then once that's completed, you have the manifestation. I mean, you know what? The manifest. You have the manifest, okay? And that's something you should strengthen through visualization every day. Or, have that. You know, if you for me, I pulled that out every day. Like I pulled that out of my backpack when I was homeless every day and read through it. Yeah, like twice a day. Yeah, once in the morning, once at night. When I woke up and when I went to sleep. Yeah. If you're not homeless like I was, and you got a nice place or a place you can set up a what do they call that thing, like a whiteboard thing where I never used one of them. I didn't have the luxury of a home, so I didn't have a luxury of using one of them scoreboard things or whatever, where you can vision board. That's what the motherfucker's called, a vision board. Yeah, so a vision board is good. Okay, I didn't use one personally. I just wrote a manifestation that was thorough. It was like, I think seven pages long. I have a little notepad about this big. 7 pages of stuff. And then the why was 7 pages. Now this is the thing. You can write that out and you can have all the best intentions and you can have all the, lovely reasons as to why humanity will benefit from this and that and the other. But unless you truly have done the meditation and the shadow work, meditation helps you control your mind. Shadow work helps you control your subconscious mind. So conscious, subconscious. You want to make them both clean, clear, and serene. Okay? And anything that comes up for you, you do the shadow work around it to release it back to the universe. Because if you're holding on to problems, you're stuck with problems. Okay? If you're not facing traumas, you're stuck with traumas. Yeah? And this is, shadow work's hard. Yeah? It's not hard, it's scary. That's what it is. But you must be fearless, and you must be rigorous, and you must be honest and authentic, and you must be thorough. Yeah? Now, I don't want to tell anyone to do, but that's what I found that I had to do. Okay? So, this is just me, do what you want. Do what you want, but this is how I fixed my life, and my life is fucking amazing. You know, I wake up in the morning and my first thought is, fuck, I love my life. You know, I go about my day, and at least 4 to 10 times a day I sit there and go, fuck, my life is hectic. It's mad. You know, it's beautiful. You know, and I notice the things in life that are small synchronicities from the universe to just reinforce that beauty. You know, these low frequency fucks are blind and stupid. There's so much beauty in the world. And I'm so sick of the beauty being pushed aside by these sick tyrant fucks and their putrid behavior. So, we're going to all ascend, and they're going to starve because they can't feed off energy, and they're going to die. And because they're soulless, there'll be no heaven for them. And heaven's mental, but the collective consciousness is also another realm of heaven, okay? This is my opinion, okay? So, okay, so we've done the manifestation itself. We've talked about the what we want in the manifestation and the why we want it in the manifestation and how to make those things work. Now, we must do the meditation to control our mind so that our focus is not on negative shit. We can control our mind, and that way we can when a thought comes along that's either not our thought or an intrusive thought, or which is the same thing really, but they're just different ways of saying it, or a self-defeating thought, or a doubt thought, a depressive thought, any of those things that come into our mind, we can acknowledge them from the skills that we've gained from mindfulness meditation, and we can combat them. And knowing that we've done the framework for meditation, we can immediately hold that thought, right, and change the framework of that thought. And once we've done that, once we've come up with another thought to replace that thought, right, and change the framework on it, because anything that goes, oh, I'm less than, I'm not absolute, I'm not, you know, this is mindfulness. This mindfulness will really come into play. It helps with shadow work, but it will really come into play to benefit you once you've done the shadow work. Okay? Because the shadow work is dealing with everything that sits in your subconscious and controls your behaviors. The mindfulness is controlling your mind and teaches you ways to utilize different processes mentally to combat the things that are holding you back. Because the only two things that restrict the human mind is our attachments and our inhibitions. Yeah? Once we've done the manifestation itself thoroughly, and we're focused on that every day, and we do the shadow work and the mindfulness meditation, this is where shit gets cool, man. This is where it gets mad. Then we can start. Okay, so once we've released ourselves of all the things through our shadow work, lots of shadow work. Okay, this is no walk in the park, but it's a worthy park. It's a worthy walk in the park because we've been through the things that test us externally. Our trials that we've been through externally have tested us to the fullest, and we have not folded. We have not bowed to a demonic entity. We have not lost our light. We have not lost our hope. We may be very scared. We may be very lost, but we're not. We're never alone. We're always protected, always guided by many, many entities of light in many different dimensions. Multiple armies of the motherfuckers. If you were chosen one, you were gangster motherfucker on multi-dimensional ways, okay? Straight up. Now, once we've done those things, then we're able to stand in our truth, authenticity, And authenticity is the highest frequency. Next to that is love. Yeah? Care, compassion, hope, knowledge. They're all high frequencies. But hope, I think, is the least high. Because hope is like, I hope. It's not knowing. You know? You got to know. Yeah? Now, when you do the manifestation, yeah, you must resonate in the heart level, not only on a high frequency surrounding all the manifestation involved, but you must resonate on a level like it's already happened in the spiritual realm. You are not just worthy of this, but it's already been released in the spiritual realm, and you're waiting for it to catch up into the physical realm. Now, in doing that, okay, you can then start to create. Whatever you love doing, you turn your pain into power through your passion, and you get obsessed with turning that pain into power through passion. You alchemize it. Yeah? You alchemize everything that you were hit with, every betrayal. You alchemize it into power. You harnessed all that energy that was thrown at you, because it all has to go back to sender. But here's the thing. Because it was directed at you, you can still utilize that energy anyway. It's still going back to sender. Karma is going to fuck up those individuals that try to fuck up them, the chosen ones. 100%. 100%. I've seen it. Oh, I've seen horrible things. I've seen a dude come at me in a car in Melbourne. He was like doing about 80 kilometers and he was driving right at me. He was going to hit me, right? I rolled out of the way and he crashed into a pole. And the whole car like split around his pole and he was gone. You know? Yeah. I don't even know who he was. You know? And I've seen many situations like that. Many. You know? More than I could start to list off the top of my head. Many situations where karma had played out on people that had tried to set me up, try to frame me, try to gang stalk me. You know, many situations where people would just, the universe was just like, nah. You know, that's why they say if you fuck with a chosen one, you're gonna find out. Fuck around and find out, straight up. You know, because God does not fuck around when it comes to his chosen. No. Nope. Okay, so that's the manifestation. You must create a list of things you want and need in your life that are beneficial to you and not destructive to you or anyone else. You must come up with the why, and it must be beneficial to everyone involved. It doesn't mean every single individual needs to reap the benefits of your manifestation harvest. It means, okay, so you want lots of money in your thing, okay? That's just one thing you want. You want lots of money. Why? So you can help people. This is how you're going to help people. Does that make sense? Yeah? And you do that, then you, someone does not want me talking. No. Fuck you evil cross-watchers. Motherfuckers. Shit. Alright, so then you do the shadow work and the meditation rigorously, thoroughly, and honestly, and fearlessly. And then you create. And creating is the fun part. Okay? It's fun because you take whatever you're good at, whatever you like to do, whatever your passion is, and you figure out a way to harvest the energy from all of the attacks thrown at you, and you put it into the passion of what you love to do and what you're good at. And you watch the success that comes from it. But when you're doing that, don't do it with the intent to make money. Don't do it for the intent to get recognition. Do it with the intent to better everyone involved, to shine light on the darkness, to make a better world. And you watch the good that comes from that. Okay? Anyway, I'm Light Worker. You just have a lovely day, chosen ones, my soul tribe, my fams. Yeah. Chosen ones, light workers, starseeds, earth angels, all the above. If I miss someone on the list, I'm sorry. There's so many of us. It's crazy. We all go by different, niche names nowadays. It's a bit whoa, but it's all good. We're all the same. We're all the same. And look, this is for anyone that wants to learn how to manifest its of light. I don't want the dark motherfuckers utilizing my knowledge. Yeah, they probably will, but fuck them. Fuck them. This is for the ones with soul. It's the real motherfuckers. And look, like I said, I just released an album. Now I noticed it's quite hard to find the album on YouTube, so I'll put in the link below. But if you want to just look up the track "Light Worker: The Horrible Truth." Okay, "Light Worker: The Horrible Truth." It explains everything involving the reason why we're being gang stalked. It's a great song. I put a lot of time into writing it and stuff. So check it out. Anyway, you just have a lovely day. All right. And remember, don't let these low frequency fuckheads fuck with you. Peace. Just one more thing I wanted to explain as well is that you cannot manifest properly and have the universe serve out your manifestations into this realm and have you receive them until you have done the shadow work and the mindfulness meditation stuff, because you cannot manifest a better world if your world's full of traumas you haven't dealt with mentally, and if you haven't learned to control your mind. And because the shadow work will help you release everything that's not serving your highest purpose and free you up to take on new things, which are your manifestations. Okay? And the other thing, and the mindfulness will help you change the frameworks surrounding your thoughts, so you're able to stay on a high frequency emotionally, because your thoughts create your emotions. So if you change your thought framework, when you have a thought that brings on a negative emotion, you can replace it with a positive high frequency thought that resonates a high frequency emotionally. Now, the other thing I want to explain is that you can't just sit and do those three things without creating. The creating is you need to act. In terms of manifestation, you need to act. Okay, so God can move mountains, but you best bring a shovel. Basically, you have to act. No universal entity is going to hand you this stuff on a platter. You need to create this for yourself, but you need to have the universe grant you the passage, which is the manifestation, and fulfill it through manifestation. Yeah, which means that you need to every day work towards that manifestation you wish to create. Yeah, we are all able to manifest as long as we aren't run down by negative and intrusive thoughts and kept in low frequency due to traumas and things we haven't faced that live in our subconscious. We are all able to ascend. As long as you have a soul, you can ascend. And you can manifest. And you can reach higher states of consciousness. You can reach the Akashic records. I think the collective consciousness is available to everyone. It doesn't make sense why it's only available to a select few. It doesn't. I don't resonate with that idea. It's available to everyone. We just need to be free mentally and have taken ownership of our mind. And stopped our mind from being fragmented in our subconscious. Wholeness. Just remember, you have everything within you to do anything you ever wished and more. You just need to believe it, and you need to work towards freeing up all the things that hold you back and freeing yourself from all the things you hold on to. Okay? Have a good day. Peace.